We are taught a story of human history. It is a narrative of linear progression, a comforting tale of ascent. From the primitive hunter-gatherer, we supposedly evolved into the complex societies of today. This is the story that has been passed down through generations, etched into our textbooks and our minds. But what if this story is a carefully constructed facade? What if our past is far more intricate, far more advanced than we dare to imagine? There is evidence, hidden in plain sight, suggesting an older, sophisticated civilization once thrived, a civilization whose existence would shatter everything we thought we knew. At the heart of this unsettling possibility lies an artifact, the Piri Reis Map. It is more than just an ancient chart. It is a potent symbol of a hidden history. This map challenges the established order, threatening to unravel our entire understanding of human development. Our journey into the unseen begins in 1929. Within the Grand Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, a German theologian made an astonishing discovery. Amidst forgotten scrolls and dusty relics, he unearthed a fragment of a map, drawn on the supple skin of a gazelle. The map was dated to 1513, and its signature belonged to an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis. This legendary cartographer had compiled his work from 20 different source maps, some from his contemporaries and others from a time long forgotten. He spoke of charts from the age of Alexander the Great, and even a map captured from Christopher Columbus. Piri Reis was a librarian of lost knowledge, and within his collection lay a secret that would defy history itself. At the bottom of this remarkable map, connected to the southern coast of America, was a landmass. For decades, it was dismissed as a cartographer's fantasy, but a closer look reveals a hauntingly familiar shape, the coastline of Antarctica, specifically Queen Maud Land. There are two profound problems with this depiction. First, Antarctica would not be officially discovered by the outside world for another 300 years. Second, and most terrifyingly, Piri Reis drew this coastline without its ice. He depicted a land free of the crushing glaciers that have covered it for a minimum of 6,000 years. This state of Antarctica predates recorded human history by thousands of years. It shows geographical features that have not existed for millennia. How could a 16th century admiral possess such knowledge? The map's accuracy is unprecedented. It is a precise rendering, not a vague approximation. Later, U.S. Air Force cartographers would confirm its shocking precision, an accuracy that defies any rational explanation for its time. This presents an undeniable historical paradox. How could a cartographer from the 1500s map a continent that was unknown to his world? How could he depict it in a state that had not existed since the dawn of civilization? The Piri Reis Map questions the entire timeline of human development, forcing us to confront an uncomfortable truth. The Piri Reis Map is far more than just an old chart. Its existence carries unsettling implications for our understanding of history. It suggests a deliberate historical erasure, a conspiracy of silence that has suppressed evidence of a lost civilization. In the 1950s, researcher Charles Hapgood of Keene State College acquired a copy of the map. He subjected it to a forensic, scientific analysis, determined to decipher its secrets. Hapgood knew that for any map of this scale to be accurate, the cartographer needed to have solved the single greatest scientific challenge of the age, the problem of longitude. To know your longitude, you need a highly accurate clock, a chronometer. This invention would not appear until the 1760s. Yet the Piri Reis Map showed the correct relative longitude between Africa and South America. Piri Reis could not have known this on his own. The knowledge was inherited. Hapgood needed undeniable authority to verify his suspicions about the southern landmass. He wrote to the United States Air Force, sending the map to a reconnaissance squadron specializing in cartography. He asked a simple, chilling question. Is this depiction of an ice-free Antarctica accurate? The response he received from a Lieutenant Colonel Harold Allmeyer is one of the most explosive documents in this mystery. Dated July 6, 1960, the letter states, The claim that the lower part of the map portrays the Princess Martha coast of Queen Maud Land, Antarctica, is reasonable. We find that this is the most logical and, in all probability, the correct interpretation of the map. Ohlmeyer continued, "The geographical detail shown in the lower part of the map agrees very remarkably with the results of the seismic profile made across the top of the ice cap. This indicates the coastline had been mapped before it was covered by the ice cap." The U.S. military had just confirmed the impossible. The data was accurate. The map was real. And suddenly, Piri Reis was not alone. The ghost of this lost world began appearing elsewhere. The 1531 map of Orontius Phineas shows the entire continent of Antarctica, complete with rivers and mountain ranges where there is now only a mile of ice. The great Gerardus Mercator, the father of modern mapmaking, included a similar depiction in his 1569 atlas. Admitting he was copying from ancient sources, this was no longer an anomaly, it was a pattern. The echoes of a single global survey conducted by a civilization unknown to history. The official timeline of our past and the physical evidence of these maps cannot both be true. Around 10,000 BC, the last time this land was green, our ancestors were supposedly primitive hunter-gatherers, incapable of building a canoe, let alone charting the entire planet. If these maps are real, then our history books are a work of fiction, a carefully constructed story designed to hide a truth so profound it would change everything, the truth of a great erasure. So who were they? Who were these master mariners of the Ice Age? Hapgood theorized they were a global maritime civilization, possessing advanced technology. They had a deep understanding of the world, charting its coastlines with astonishing precision. They were not gods or aliens, but people, a human civilization that came before our own. This advanced civilization was obliterated by a cataclysmic event, wiped from the earth, whether it was a sudden shifting of the earth's crust, as Hapgood believed, or the celestial impacts of the Younger Dryas period, the result was the same. Their coastal cities were swallowed by rising seas. Their knowledge was lost in fire and flood. Their world ended. All that survived were fragments, scraps of knowledge. Their maps, passed down like sacred relics through the ages, copied in the Library of Alexandria, traded among sea peoples, until a few precious pieces fell into the hands of an Ottoman admiral. He unknowingly preserved the last will and testament of a forgotten world. The Piri Reis Map is among these remnants, a ghost map of a forgotten past. It is an echo of a lost world. Why is this not common knowledge? Why is the Piri Reis Map treated as a fringe curiosity instead of the most important historical artifact ever discovered? Because its implications are too dangerous to the established narrative. It would mean rewriting every textbook. It would mean our academic institutions have been fundamentally wrong for generations. It is easier to keep the comfortable lie than to face the terrifying truth. The erasure of this civilization wasn't a single ancient event. It is an ongoing process, a conspiracy of silence. The Piri Reis Map is a message in a bottle, floating on an ocean of time. It proves our civilization is not the pinnacle of achievement, but simply the one that is currently in season. It is a testament to a lost humanity and a warning to our own. It forces us to wonder what other truths were buried beneath the ice. What other ghosts are waiting in the archives? The map proves that our past has been deleted. The real question is, by whom?